so alone. There's nobody for her um, to speak to and communicate these feelings to, and he probably feels the exact same way. So he sees this and he feels for her before before she becomes alone, and before she loses everybody in her village, and so when that happens, obviously he's already got this connection with her, and he's going to do his best. At that point, that becomes his responsibility. She becomes his responsibility for that reason. Uh, would would she have been should she have been another child who was let's say she was a popular kid in the village, and everything was a okay, uh, top of the clan, everything was fine. Uh, yeah, no problems at all. And just imagine that, and that's the child who survives the destruction of the village. Would Kong feel that same connection with that child, or would that child's history of not being alone and knowing what it is to have a family where and to be understood, where as Kong and the deaf girl don't, um, would Kong would Kong develop that same connection? Would he develop that same concern for that child? Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, I guess what I was getting at is that connection right there made me want to just cry all over town, up and down, all over town. Yeah, I cried a lot. Yeah, so much so, and that's okay. I guess is my point. That is just fine. It is fine to cry. Men can cry. I cry in ridiculous circumstances, like giant monkeys loving deaf girls. But wait, you don't. I guess also it wasn't just his concern for her and his protection over her, but it was also her protection over him. Like I feel like they felt responsible for each other, and that's what was cool about it, is she did as much for him as he did for her, and that's beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful, and yeah, why wouldn't that make you cry? You cry at that? That just means you're human being. That is fine. That is fine, kids. Mr. B says it's okay to cry in movies and in real life while watching movies. Did I can't remember if I cried watching. See, I'm trying to remember a ridiculous. I mean, yeah, the giant monkey and the little girl circumstance is that's a little strange that I would cry during that, but at least that's like a really tearful thing. That's an impactful relationship with a lot of circumstantial turmoil throughout the movie. Like they face a lot, and there's a reason why they would see each other in danger, and and drive those feelings of just care for them and worry for them that'll make you want to cry. So that makes a lot of sense, actually, thinking back on it. So I guess it's not so silly. I mean, I've been told it's just silly. It's just silly, period, for boys to cry, and that's okay. I get it. Some people feel so. If you don't want to cry, don't cry. If you do want to cry, cry. But I'm trying to think of a more ridiculous scenario. I guess, yes, the other day I was watching Okay. I almost don't want to say because it is absolutely ridiculous, but I'm going to go ahead and say it because it drives my point. I cried the other day watching. I was watching with Miss D. I was watching the movie, the Netflix film Thunder Force with Melissa McCarthy, and I cried at the end of that film as well. And I feel like that's still a pretty popular film, so I can't. Again, no spoilers, but there's just an end sequence involving the three main characters and the final evolution of um, one of the uh, more how do I put it? One of the more sensitive backdrop characters. Not so much backdrop, but like not not forceful front and center characters. Like one of the quiet um, like the primary relatable character, I suppose. That's when that character uh, receives her evolution, I guess is what I'm looking for. Her the time that she actually she goes beyond as a character, and this isn't a movie that where Melissa McCarthy and Jason Bateman in multiple scenes are eating raw chicken and loving every second of it. It's an absolutely absurd film, and it made me cry. And I don't. Again, it was probably not the film itself that made me cry, but it was just a feeling that um, that sequence uh, brought out in me. Just whatever for whatever reason. That's and that happens all the time when I'm watching films. It'll bring out a feeling that maybe perhaps I didn't cry about this when it happened, and this film or this sequence in this film did something to make me feel that feel and made me want to cry. I rarely get angry watching films. Usually like it's pretty rare. Sometimes I don't know. Usually I feel more sad for people than I do angry for them when I feel bad for them, because there's a lot of ways to feel bad, right? But and so like yeah, I guess that's something to think about. Well, all right, well, let's get to that. We'll get to that, but yeah, let me think. Yeah, okay, no, let's just discuss it now. We'll get it out of the way now. Let's discuss the different ways of feeling bad and the different ways we project bad feelings. Because when you feel bad, you're not going to feel glad, right? Maybe. I guess maybe there's circumstances, but I'll think about that. Maybe that is possible. But usually when you feel bad, you're going to feel sad or angry, sad or mad, or I don't know what else. What else would you feel when you're feeling bad besides sad and angry? Maybe you're happy, but you feel bad because um, you feel physically bad. That's a thing, right? So I guess you could feel happy and still feel bad, but like like when you see something bad happen to somebody, like in a news story, and Do you, is it your instinct to get angry at what happened to that person? Or is it your instinct to feel sad for that person for what happened? Right? I guess that's I mean, there's probably other ways to go with those with those circumstances, but that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking in most cases, if you're going to feel bad, those are the two ways of feeling bad, right? I don't know. Think about it. What else we have? Did we just did we discuss did we discuss respect for other people's feelings? Did we discuss that? Like here, just 1 second. Let's just see where we're at. I think that we just made a big leap here. No, I still want to finish this wall, and then I'll feel these two walls, then I'll feel accomplished. But what was I getting at? Did we talk about respecting other people's feelings? Like, I don't think I want yellow there with that yellow floor. I think we did. I think we kind of did. Like, for instance, when your friend isn't quite feeling so good, or anybody really, when somebody's not feeling quite okay, you just kind of have to respect that. It's kind of, yeah, like I was saying, if let's say you're watching the same impactful news story with a few friends, right? And something bad happens to this person, and you're like, that's really sad. Oh my goodness, I'm so sad. How could that, like, that, those poor people, I feel for them. And then your friend's like, no, what do you mean? That's not sad. That's how, like, they asked for that to happen. And you're like, well, I mean, I kind of feel like maybe they didn't ask for it. Maybe, well, even if they did ask for it, myself, I feel bad because it happened, whether they asked for it or not. I mean, that's, in my mind, that's hearsay. And the friend is very animate that that what happened should make you feel angry, not sad. And what I'm thinking, though, is that you should let each other feel the way you feel, and perhaps even hear each other out. When you're experiencing this together, perhaps you should discuss why it is that you are feeling those ways, like separately from each other. You know what I mean? Why would don't say you're wrong to feel that way. Say, why do you feel that way? Yeah, explain to me. And perhaps even consider, you don't have to change your mind, but maybe consider what it is that they're saying. And most of all, just respect it. Just respect their right to feel. You know what I mean? Sometimes your feelings are gonna be spot on, exactly the same. Other times they're gonna be not even close, and that's pretty much cool, right? I think so. So yeah, respect each other's feelings. That's what I was talking about, right? Just I mean, even if you disagree, right? I mean, of course, that's what I was saying. Even if you disagree, just because we can't. I guess the reason for it is because we can't control how we feel, right? And I think that when we get angry at a person for the way that they feel, we're not getting angry at them for feeling the way that they feel. we're getting angry